In today's episode, we'll be taking a look at the Microsoft Activision deal, understanding the mechanics of what's going on and whether or not it can still be a smart investment to buy into Activision or not. Now, Microsoft needs no introduction, but Activision, for those unaware, is a video game publisher based in Santa Monica, California. The company was founded in July 2008 through a merger of Activision Inc. and Vivendi Games, and has since traded on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol ATVI. And so fast forward into April the 28th, 2022, where Activision Inc. shareholders approved the company's $69 billion sale to Microsoft. Microsoft is offering a $95 per share, which at the time of the approval was a 27% premium over Activision's current share price. From the onset, that highlighted that investors saw a level of risk where potentially the buyout might not close as planned. If we look back to when Elon Musk offered to buy out Twitter, there was a risk premium of only 12%, and so that shows that with the likes of Twitter at the time, it was a much more probable outcome that Elon Musk would buy out Twitter. But when it comes to Activision with a risk premium of 24%, that shows that investors are wary whether or not this trade will go through or not. And just to clarify, when I talk about a risk premium, we're talking about the current share price. We can see at the moment, at the time of recording, it's trading at $77.84. When another company offers to buy at a certain price, in our case it's Microsoft at $95. And so as the share price increases, that lowers the risk premium. With a share price of $77, we have a risk premium of 18%. But of course, if you leave this too late and there's a lot of positive news out there, then the risk premium becomes negligible. For instance, if the stock price trades at $93, then you can only make $1 assuming that the sellout price will be $94 per share. And so there is a certain sweet spot if you wish to enter into a trade with the assumption that the shares will be sold out. And so let's take a look at some of the reasons why you may want to stay out of buying any Activision shares. So the first point to make is that if we take a look at how President Joe Biden in the US is handling concerns over large companies buying slightly smaller companies to become more or less a monopoly, then there is a valid concern that the deal could be blocked or subject to delays under Joe Biden's presidency. As it stands, the Activision-Microsoft merger has until June 2023 to close. Assuming that deal goes through, then Microsoft will be world's number 3 gaming company. But right now the deal is being reviewed by the Federal Trade Commission that is being led by Lina Khan, and that is an individual that has long advocated for more forceful approaches when it comes to reviewing deals, particularly by the biggest technology companies. If we look at some of the acquisitions that has been blocked, we have the likes of Nvidia blocking ARM Limited, as well as the Lockheed Martin Corp's deal for Aerojet Holdings. And if we remember the likes of Facebook, which is now Meta Platforms, she has resurrected the FTC's monopoly case against Facebook or Meta, which is effectively trying to split off both WhatsApp and Instagram from Meta Platforms. So we do have an individual that has been very forceful and trying to prevent these companies having a monopoly, and so there is a reason to be concerned whether or not this deal between Activision and Microsoft goes through or not. Now, not everyone is worried. Some people believe it's going to be very difficult to prevent the merge from closing. If you look at Microsoft, they don't actually have a massive share in the market when it comes to console games. And even when we look at video games as a whole, although Microsoft has the likes of Xbox, when it comes to actual manufactured games, their share in the market wouldn't be that large. And so that's some of the key reasons why individuals may be a little bit wary on whether or not this deal will go through or not. Let's just assume the deal doesn't go through. The current stock price, in this case, is $77. It will definitely drop by a significant percent. And so during the build up, we can see how much of an increase this stock price has jumped since the announcement. We're looking around 30%. So easily a 20% drop would take place if this deal didn't go through. But on the upside, at the moment, there's a potential increase of 18%. And so you could buy this stock at the current price, assuming this deal does go through by 2023, then you'll profit an easy 18%. Take a look at the likes of Warren Buffett, who entered at a stock price around $66 or so. A price point of $66 was actually very smart because you're looking at a potential increase of 30% at that point, and then assuming that the deal doesn't go through, then, as I argued earlier, a 30% drop is probably more likely. And so in Warren Buffett's case, with a stock price of $66. That's a very nice price point to either make 30% or to experience a 30% drop and then potentially have some time to sell out. But nonetheless, it's still a risk. The likes of Warren Buffett could still lose money even with his price point. Of course, if you buy at the current price, there's an even larger drop, assuming this deal doesn't go through. Now for me personally, I'm going to be sitting on the fence. Now I could be completely wrong, but I do suspect that this deal will go through in the future. But that's just a statement that I'm making. I'm not convinced and not willing to buy into Activision with the mere increase of an 18% profit. So let me know in the comments below what you think about this deal. Do you think it's going to go through? Have you already purchased Activision with the hopes that the deal goes through? Or are you staying away and spectating like I have been? So I'll catch you all next week for a new video. Thanks for everyone that's been subscribing to the channel. It really helps out the channel when you subscribe and hit that thumbs up. And so thanks again, and with that said, I'll catch you in the next one.
All the flowers in my garden